the rest of the evening.
Well, go ahead. I think it'd be real funny to see you do that.
After
Well,
they turn the lights off and
Come
go
on
home.
back next week.
Bye.
Engler today. Hello.
I would never kid you about a thing like that. Hi, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. But really, I wouldn't. Oh, yes, we are on here, aren't we? Doug!
Larry, it's nice to see you.
I haven't seen you in so long.
I know. It's been, what, minutes?
It was like 2 days ago at a fundraiser.
That's right.
We've spent the whole weekend in a car together, practically.
I know.
Yeah, anyway.
Going places.
Welcome to Cookin Cheap. And, you know, I have to share a couple of letters, quick letters.
Okay.
Over the summer months, when we were in our hiatus. Hey, I always like that when you get those. Hey, the card says. If you all are filming several shows in one day, could you at least bring a change of clothing? It says. Well, I wrote you several years ago about, well, about my nude dream of cooking cheap, and now all I see are the same old shirts all the time. Let's see some different shirts, please. Anonymous fan. I wonder if Anonymous fan is from Richmond, Virginia. I did manage to find that out.
And a tad huffy, I might add.
And a rather rude person, too, I might add. Well, now let's talk about this.
Did you like it?
Is that, have you worn this previously on the show?
Never.
You never have?
Never.
There you go.
So get off our back.
I, on the other hand, am wearing the same old shirt I wore most of last season. So there.
Okay.
Here's an email I actually got in today on my just this morning.
How did they know?
Says, one question for you, Larry.
Oh, good.
Why don't you get rid of that damn toupee? I watch reruns of your shows from 95 through 97 on my local cable system. You know, we're out there for years. And it looks quite bad. Heck, if Jeff Smith could do it, so could you.
Yeah.
Signed, ESJ. This person wouldn't give me the name,
Jeff
although
Smith
I think
is in jail,
I
too,
do have
isn't he?
some up here, but I'm not going to tell who it is.
Well,
just go ahead. Just pull it.
It's real.
No, pull it.
Oh, Larry, I don't want to do that.
Pull it. Close up. It's real. There we go. Listen to Doris say, I will. I'm not. Okay, come over here. Come on. Come over. Come on.
Look who's back.
Come here. Look who else is here, ladies and gentlemen. And she's not just pulling my hair. Go ahead, pull it.
Oh, really?
See? It's real. I'm telling you, there's no glue. Hi, Doris. Nice to see you.
A lot of peroxide, but no glue.
Well, yeah, the color's not real. I mean, I make no bones about that. Color comes out of a bottle. It's my hair. I can't help it. Anyway, okay.
Die if I want to.
Die if I... What are we doing?
I haven't a clue.
Let's call that witch in here.
Who? Oh.
There you go.
Oh my goodness, she shrunk a tad from last season.
Oh, you're right. Her nose has gotten bigger. Her body's gotten smaller.
Oh, how horrible.
Terrible thing. It's
Here
happening.
she goes. Okay. Well, Larry, I'm going to do the best I can on this.
Go right on ahead, Doug.
Well, I'm having real trouble here.
It's typed.
Dear guys, it's so nice to see you back on TV again with a new season. Well, that's true. It's like season what, 20 or something like that? Fabulous. I still can't read this, Larry.
Let me read it for you. We're hoping that this year you'll spice up the show with some of the things we've come to expect these days from TV. You know, violence. Whip those potatoes, burn those buns, and skewer those tomatoes. Sex. Have Miss Doris come in with one of those hubba hubba outfits on. Whatever that means. Foul language. Like chicken, ducks, and pheasants.
I'm sorry, I can't read this.
You couldn't have gotten through this. And other fun stuff. You guys got to loosen up. By the way, do you have a green tomato pie recipe? I don't know
why
how
anybody
that
would
got
want one
in
of
there.
those. I don't know.
Flossie McElrooney, Timber Creek, Florida. Well, I'm glad you got such a big kick out of the first letter of the new season.
Oh, my word.
He's just over there cackling.
It's
well,
fabulous.
as a matter of fact, I have green tomato pie sent in by Jane and Carl Mitchellfelder of Galax, Virginia, down there where they have the big fiddle contest.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
What do you have?
I have Burgundy Pecan Burgers. Yummo.
That sounds good.
Doesn't that sound good?
And the very lovely Miss Doris, who's already appeared but will come back again in one of those hubba hubba outfits.
I hope so.
Is going to be doing pork chop casserole sent in by Dolly Mullins of Wise, Virginia.
I forgot to say mine's from Gloria.
Gloria.
Richmond,
Gloria has
Virginia.
no last name.
She's probably the one who wrote in about our costume changes.
Sure, there are an awful lot of people down there in Richmond with no last name, I've noticed. But anyway, well, if I may,
Absolutely. Knock yourself out.
what I've done is I got the oven going. Oh boy, that's hot. Oven is hot, about 350 degrees, 400 if you want to take or give a few. Make up some fresh dough. Actually, you can use one of these pre-made ones. The new ones, well, I was going to show this to you, and I didn't do it. The new ones, the one I did the other day, has flour on one side, and you take the flour side and put it down, and that sort of prevents, supposedly, it prevents it from what, shrinking? Help me, Doris. What are you here for, Doris?
She makes real live crust, you know. None of that
Keeps
prefab.
it from sticking. Well, it won't stick anyway, but maybe it does. I don't know. So I'm just going to go around here and do a little quick check. Well, I'm sorry, that's a fast way to do it. And, I need, no, it's all right.
You need a life.
Just poke a couple of holes in it so it doesn't swell up like a puff adder. Stick that in the old oven until it browns. That's what we'll do right now. So you have to do, and this recipe, by the way, makes you could feed Coxey's Army with this. It makes 5 or 6 pies. I don't know why you'd want to do it. Starts with 12 pounds of green tomatoes. I'm going to be making single pie today, okay?
So that'd be a quarter of a pound or something?
Keep that in mind. Next thing I got to do is, this is very late in the year when we're doing this show, and it's not easy to find green tomatoes.
But they're
this time of the year.
lovely.
But I do have, so it's down on the farmer's market. We have a very lovely farmer's market, and they actually had about 2 dozen of these the other day, and I scarfed them right up. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn this on fairly high, and I'm going to slice this in quarters and just throw it in there, and we're going to cook it down.
Well, I'm so deeply moved. I just don't know what to say.
It's about as exciting as it gets. Go right on ahead,
that it?
Douglas.
Okay.
Well, yeah, for right now, that's all I can do.
Okay. In a bowl, put a pound of ground beef. You know, it's always good. You got to love burgers with beef, right?
You got it.
Okay, fine. And then you'd put in 1/3 of a cup of chopped pecans, or pecans, as the case may be. Throw that little in. Now, may I borrow your pepper and salt?
Yeah.
Well, thank
Just
you.
be careful now. They're Tupperware. You like get those things too close to the stove. They'll melt like a nose.
So,
Anyway.
oh, I did it again.
What'd you do?
I broke off the top, but I think that's an okay thing.
No, that just
Put in
pops
a half
right
a
over.
teaspoon. Oh, for golly's sake! Put a half a teaspoon of
You
salt
take the
in.
whole top off.
Okay,
Well, we're just trying to help you. I mean, we don't.
and 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm not paying any attention to either both of you. Oh golly, it's going to be one of those seasons. I can sense it. That's like sort of 1/4. We can always add more pepper at the end of this thing. I'll keep those there for you. Now, mix this all together, and you're going to form 4 patties. You remember them, the 4 patties?
The Four Patties. They were a great musical group
I
from
know,
the
we-
60s.
we
I'll
love
never
them.
forget their wonderful song, Love is a Mini Sloppy Thing,
Yeah, well,
or something like that.
I'm so glad you
Or
like that.
slop is a mini lovey thing.
Okay. This is like the easiest recipe in the history of the world.
Well, take your time.
Okay.
The biggest part of the show yet to go.
Well, then we have to do simmering and adding absolutely fabulous new things. Form 4 little patties. See? That's why they call these the patties, you know. Thank you, Doris.
Is that a patty duke or
That's
is
a
that a
patty.
patty cake?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Whoa!
Oh, it's good and hot, which is what we were hoping for.
Because you don't want to eat raw burgers.
Well, that's true. Not in this
know,
day and
'cause
age.
That would be mad cow disease or something.
As a matter of fact, I'm
I met a mad cow the other night. as a matter of
continuing
fact.
to
Oh.
slice green tomatoes.
Well, you're doing it ever so swellly. Isn't it an interesting shot of Larry reading a recipe? I don't know what he's doing.
It says, I have flowers growing out of my toupee on that shot.
Oh,
Sometimes we have to move things around a little bit. Well, it's the first time back. We haven't had time to adjust the
it'd
scenery.
be like you're a blooming idiot.
It's good. It's signed somebody from Richmond, no last name. Why are we picking on the Richmond people? They're good folks down there. You know, we've been seen down there about as long as almost as we've been seen in Roanoke.
Really?
That's true. They're good folks.
Real good.
They write huffy letters.
I was going to say.
But they're good folks anyway.
Yeah.
Now, this thing has gotten to jumping around, which is never a good sign. It's like it's been possessed, or perhaps repossessed. Is that it? Is that all
I
you...
have more to do.
Oh, okay. You're making me nervous here.
But I have to cook them first
All right.
before I add.
Well, what I'm having to do here is to continue quartering these, it says. This recipe was just a little on the vague side. It says cooked tomato, sugar, and raisins all together, but it doesn't say whether it's all together in a liquid or all together. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll do this at this point. I'm going to throw some raisins in there.
Raisins.
And I'm going to take about 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put that up as high as it will go. Look at it bobbing around. Boy, that's a sign of a cheap pan. And this goes in, and we just keep adding these things until you have enough for, that's really enough for one pie. That's the greatest of plenty, I think. But I have nothing else to do for the next 20 minutes or so. So I think maybe I'll just keep cutting these things in case a lot of the kids down the hall here at the station are interested in eating some good old green tomatoes tomorrow for lunch.
Well, I think they will.
I have a funny feeling they're not going to be interested in eating green tomato pie for lunch tomorrow, but we're going to feed it to them anyway. So anyway, we get that going
can't be choosers.
as hot as we possibly can, okay?
Yeah, you're doing really good on that.
Meanwhile, all along, we got to check that. It's coming along. It's starting to smell good. So anyway, that's about all we can do
I know.
for right now, if you know what I mean.
One time, baby.
One time, baby. So this is the point of the show where we stand around and cook things. Isn't that a novel idea?
Well, it's lovely.
And it's going to take a while. So this is, I need to get that just as hot as I can get it, because it's going to take a while to cook these down a little bit.
I know.
So I'm going to do that.
It's sort of like this. This is kind of boring, too.
Now
but
this recipe calls for the thickening can either be tapioca, which I don't care for, and there's Doug doing the tapioca even as we speak, in his tapioca shoes.
That's it.
And his tapiocas. Or cornstarch.
Over the north.
So I'm using tapioca
I brought
today.
cornstarch in case you wanted it.
Tapioca takes milk, a little bit of vanilla, an egg, and tapioca, oddly enough.
Hey.
So I'm going to add all that stuff to this as soon as I cook it down just a little bit. I think that's probably, don't you think that's the best way to do this, Doris? What? What are you laughing at? What is your problem? What are you cackling about?
The toupee.
Come over here. Do what?
She doesn't want any part of us.
My toupee is crooked? We're just going to make it worse. Just going to make it worse. Well, you all manhandled me a little bit there for a while. And then, of course, all the fanatics who, when I start messing with my hair while I'm cooking, they get all huffy about it. So anyway, okay.
We're not starting off well, are we?
Well, you know, the
Everyone's
toupee
mad at
thing
us.
got me off to a bad start right
Well.
off the bat. I'll just tell you that right now. It sort of honked me a little bit. It
sort of
really
ruined
did.
your day
It
now,
ruined my day. Now, it could be the guy was trying to be funny. You know, oftentimes people do send little silly letters just to be funny, but they don't know that they're not being.
How can you be funny on somebody's personal appearance? It's none
We're
of their
on
business
television.
whether you wear a toupee or
We're
not.
on television. It's people's right to make fun of us.
Oh.
I mean, if we stick our noses in your living room, you know, then the people
Then
want to
we
make
get what we
fun of your
deserve?
nose or whatever. I mean, that's what you put yourself up. This is television, Doug.
Oh, I'm sorry. See,
And
I'm used to live
get a
theater.
grip.
People don't yell at us. Oh, well, I get maybe they do.
They throw tomatoes.
Well, that's true, too.
At least our audience can't throw tomatoes. But we can cook tomatoes, and that's what we're doing right now.
Oh,
In just a couple of seconds here. It needs to go just a little
aren't
bit more
these
browning.
lovely?
Oh, look at this.
Major flippage here. Ooh.
Now, those are perfectly done.
Thank you. I bet you didn't think I could do this.
Oh,
now,
I knew
did
you could. Of course, I'm a little worried about the fact that you're scratching that thing around on a non-scratch surface, but that's okay, Doug.
Fine.
Is that a non-scratch?
Is the season over
Is that
yet?
a non-scratch surface?
Can I go home?
Oh, it's okay. Who cares?
No.
It is, she said. But that's all right. Don't worry
Here,
about it.
I brought it.
That's okay.
I found a non...
I just brought it up because I wanted to humiliate you. Nice guy that I am.
This is why I
Here
came
you go.
back. Oh, thank you.
That's what they made those for, so that's okay.
Well-
We have, you want to do the Let me do the recipes while we're waiting. I just have to let this go a couple more seconds. Got to do my recipe now. Is
It's
it okay?
long, too. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Green tomato pie. Sent in by Jane and Carl Mitchellfelder from Galax, Virginia. Their name is larger than the town. I mean, if you spell it physically. 12 pounds of green tomatoes cut in quarters, or you can just cut this down to as little as you need to, like I'm doing today. 4 pounds of sugar. Can you imagine that? A pound of dark raisins, instant tapioca or cornstarch, 5 or 6 baked pie shells. And if you don't want to make that many, it makes 5 or 6 pies. Just do what I'm doing. Just cut it down to 1 or 2 good pies and let it go. Believe me, people aren't going to be begging for more. Oh, that's not nice. Go ahead and
Do you want me to read
yours.
mine?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I hate to give away all my secret ingredients already. Burgundy Pecan Burgers, 1 pound ground beef, 1/3 cup chopped pecans, half a teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 1/3 cup of dry red wine. That's coming up. Some instant
If there's any
minced
left.
onions, 1 teaspoon, 1/3 of a cup of water, and a teaspoon of cornstarch. And I'll explain the rest when I get there. Okay?
Okay, very good. And while you were gone, the very lovely Doris Ford has appeared in the studio door. How you doing, Doris?
Fine, I'm doing fine.
Well,
And
look
you?
at all these little teddy bears
Yeah,
and stuff.
this is my sexy thing, teddy bear.
Well, there you
That's
go.
it?
This is
Okay,
best I
whatever.
can do today.
That's about as close as we get on the show. Hubba hubba.
I'm beyond.
What is this mess? I mean, what's this lovely
Really?
thing you made?
Well, I made it a couple hours ago. Imagine if you make it right on the whoops.
We just lost a burger.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
No, don't do that.
Are you
Throw
sure?
it away.
Okay, I'll do
Oh,
three.
it's a clean bag.
Throw it away.
I hit the paper towel.
Throw it
Like I had to do a pork chop casserole. It takes 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon pepper, 6 pork chops. It says 3/4 to 1 inch thick, and there was no way I could find that in the stores. They had them paper thin. 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 1 can of condensed cream of mushroom soup undiluted, 2/3 cup chicken broth, half a teaspoon ginger, 1 cup sour cream divided, 1 can of French fried onions divided, and 1/4 of teaspoons of dried crushed rosemary. You brown your pork chops and you mix all the other stuff together, put it in a container, pour it over this, bake it for 45 to 50 minutes.
for
This is
who
what-
laid the rail.
and this is what you're getting. But see, that it is so thin, the ones that I had to find. And I think if you served over rice or something, it would be pretty good. But
Did you pound those down? Or?
no, that's all the
That's-
thicker I could find them in the store.
Oh, okay.
And then we're not going to be here for your birthday, Larry, so I brought you this. I know you don't know much about Beanie Babies, and it's not a cat, but it has the same birthday as you do.
Is that so?
They all have birthdays.
This is a little
and
beanie.
that has the same day as yours.
One of those
I'm not. I
Disney,
won't say what it is.
it?
No,
101.
this is Beanie Babies Thai. This has nothing to do with Disney, believe me.
Well, but didn't they have 101?
I know, but this
Dalmatians?
is the Thai one.
Is this expensive?
Well, not when you first buy them, but if you really want them now.
Oh,
you
that's
pay
what they
for 'em.
always say. Oh, it's going to soon be worth a lot of money.
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh, well,
I
it's
paid
just as
for them,
sweet as can be.
But I've had them for a little
I
while.
love it. Isn't it just
But
sweet?
what, I don't, so I thought, then I have this kind of.
Don't go away. Okay, I got to get something out of the oven.
More
So
gifts?
anyway,
Feelings.
you can take this to the bank. Thank you, and thank you for that. That is so sweet. My own little gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I have a lemon.
All right, I got to get this out. It is starting to burn. No, that's not it. It's actually getting brown.
Okay, I got to show you this layer. Want to see?
Do what?
I want to show you this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
The burgers have been simmering in this delicious burgundy red wine and the minced onions. Now, take the
great.
burgers, stand away from the burgers, put those on a little platter, and now, we take a teaspoon of cornstarch in a cup of water. Or, I'm sorry, 1/3 of a cup of water. Oh, goodness.
Need a fork.
And I have to get the thing because he has a fit if I use the old measuring spoons.
Well, you know, it's the only decent pan that we have. Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
I know you hate it when I use the measuring spoons.
Oh, it's all right.
too.
It's okay.
And now we're going to pour this into
You're
this
just teaching children to use the
reducing
wrong stuff.
wine. I'm not paying any attention to you. And we're going to make a little sauce for you later. A little wine sauce.
Ooh, that's going to be beautiful.
Isn't that
While
pretty?
you're waiting for that to thicken, we have some very special guests who are coming on.
Who?
The Cook sisters,
They've-
Aunt Roxy and Tootsie.
Oh.
And we're making the big appearance on the show today. A really big show. Here they are. Right now. Hey,
Hey, Toots, I'm back.
who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? You know I'm your long-lost Aunt Roxy. For heaven's sakes, I came by to tell you a tip. Or give you a tip.
20 years, she's got a tip for me.
It's
Go
about
ahead.
time, don't you think?
Go ahead.
Stay out of show business.
What's the tip?
Oh, you know when you put cottage cheese in the refrigerator to keep it longer? Flip that baby right over and put it upside down. It'll stop the oxidation. It's the truth.
Oxidation can be fun. Oh, I'm Tootsie Cook.
And I'm Roxy Cook.
And we're the Cook Sisters.
Ooh, baby.
Okay, here we go. Make a little tapioca. You use an egg, about, I don't know, just make it according to the directions on the box, which is about 2 3/4 cup of milk, a little bit of, just a little bit of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of tapioca. And what you do, what are you laughing at? Why do you continue laughing at me? And boil it
Burl it.
in with this. She won't tell me what she's laughing about. You got to bring it to a boil according to the instructions on the menu, on the box. And when you finish, it looks like this. And I sprinkled it with just a little bit of sugar on top. And you can either eat it hot or cold. And we're going to go eat it now.
Look at this.
It looks pretty.
Thank you.
It looks pretty good. As a matter of fact.
Oops. Oh, I'm
No
caught
problem.
again. Here, let me give you one of
Do you
these
like green
babies.
tomatoes?
Not really.
I don't either. Do you think either of us will like this?
Hell, I don't think so.
Oh,
Oh, it's a big old.
as usual, they've
Oh,
given
you
me nothing to get it out with.
You serve with
and it
such
won't come
style
out.
and grace. Oh, I forgot to take one for myself.
Toil and trouble.
Oh, I'm worn
Look at
out.
that, I've just destroyed it trying to get it out of there. Have a big old glob.
Oh, greatest of plenty.
I think I'll probably just skip it altogether.
Okay,
No, let me
dog.
get just a little bit here.
I'll have a little bit of Doris.
Well, it's not coming out well.
Well,
It's just a big lump of stuff. All right.
okay, here we go. I'll try this.
You
later.
try that, I'll try this, and we'll all
Go home.
meet halfway. I think the burger is quite good.
I guess you have. This is an acquired taste. I'm from the north. We don't know much about
You haven't even
green
tried.
potatoes.
Haven't even tried.
Tomatoes,
it.
not green potatoes. Good night, Ruth.
Tomatoes? Well,
Tomatoes.
they couldn't be too bad. They're sweet. I mean, they got sugar and they got
I know.
tapioca and they
Yeah.
got.
Okay, two of my least favorite things: green tomatoes, and. However, Doris's is
I
fabulous.
like it. You know, Doris mentioned earlier, and this could be true. This is almost like a faux apple recipe,
Yeah.
apple pie recipe.
Fine.
But then why would you need a fake apple recipe when apples are easier to find than green tomatoes?
And really so good for you.
Most good. Have you tried Doris's yet?
Fabulous. Hey, Jim, these are good. The burgers are good.
The chops are great. I sure like that.
I think we have some hits here.
I like that recipe.
Don't you think?
I think all three of these recipes are quite excellent.
They are.
And if you like green tomatoes, and I do, although I like them fried most of the time, I think they're pretty good.
They are.
Anyway,
But it's an acquired taste. I'm
three
telling
good
you.
recipes that just surprised me. Although I knew this would be good, your Burgundy burgers.
See, it's not overly nutty. I'm
funny?
overly nutty, but
Isn't that funny? They're
You're-
called Burgundy Burgers, and they have no, and they actually don't have any color at all. Whatever that
can't
means.
form a sentence.
Okay.
So embarrassing.
We got to get out of here.
Where are we going?
No, we're all grateful for that. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we still have 7
Oh.
seconds to say goodbye.
Okay, bye again.
Goodbye, and come back again.
That was lovely.